how did you learn with all the hurt and abandonment that you experienced because of your mother's mental illness? How did you learn to trust and love again? Like that is, I mean, even me, which I didn't have that extreme of an example, I still have massive trust issues, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So to give context, so I grew up with my mom, who she actually used me as her confidant, and all of her delusions with schizophrenia. She would tell me it was my dad was part of this antichrist group to take over the world. Don't trust him. Don't do this. Don't trust my friend's parents. Don't that like, and at that young age, you actually believe it. And I think that was the hardest thing for me to work through was the trust issues and to learn how to let love in again because I believed my mom. My mom was everything. I'm like, okay, she trusts to come to me. I'm a young girl. Everything your mom says at that time is you believe it. And so then once she disappeared, just think, okay, mom walks to the corner store and disappears for the first time. She abandoned me once. And then, there's multiple times of abandonment. So that was my biggest thing to work through is abandonment issues and trust issues. Um, and to be able to then as a kid, you don't feel like you're worthy of being loved because this person that you trusted and thought loved you keeps abandoning you, you know? And that's where a lot of therapy came in. And it was really hard for me to be in a stable relationship, to feel worthy, to love my body, respect my body. And I would say I went through some relationships that were not mentally healthy, not good. Uh, and then I don't know, somehow, even in the beginning of Bobby, I was like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. You know, that like,
Yeah.
I don't need you. I'm independent. It was rocky, but we've been together 13 years now. And uh, I know that he loves me and I'm able to love again. And I trust him. And that's just a lot of inner work. I mean, even for you, what kind of work have you had to do to trust?
Oh my gosh, it's every day. I think it all comes back to like awareness like being aware of, and I'll probably be doing this work to the day I leave the physical body, right? It's like a full unfolding. Um, but it's just becoming aware and like seeing the more awareness you could practice and the more when you can see when catch yourself getting triggered or catch
Mhm.
yourself grasping or catching yourself manipulating to get some sort of like love hit or words of affirmation or whatever it is to fill that insecure cup that you have. It's just becoming aware and going, okay, hold on a minute, and coming back to, I am safe, I'm okay, like I am worthy, I am like, it just takes practice and really just holding that scared part of myself
Yeah.
and really like reparenting myself in the moment as these things come up and then practicing that like non-attachment, like really like I'm grasping to feel safe, but all of that safety is an illusion. I have to find safety and worth and love within myself, and only then can I really have intimacy and connect and like, you know,
Yeah.
real relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that and finding the love for self and yeah, and I struggled with that too. And I also will just be like intimacy for me is really hard because I've had to be so protective and uh and I it is even today when I talk about abandonment issues, I can now through what I've done in the work and I have a moment when recently like a year ago something happened and you know my abandonment issues showed
Yep,
up.
stirred up. Yep.
They were there. And I was like, okay, I can recognize this. I know what to do. I am safe. It's okay. I'm going to be fine. This is, you can get through anything,
Yeah.
but it's not as much of a struggle anymore. But when you can actually recognize like what your reactions are coming from.
Yeah, and just this awareness now with social media and what the work that I'm doing is like becoming aware of how much I'm seeking external validation and feedback. It's like that is always going to be a recipe for being triggered and being let down and disappointed. So just catching ourselves, like evaluating ourselves based on likes or followers or interaction with so and so, or like it, and then going, okay, no, I got to feel how I'm feeling in my body. And it's about like authenticity, and am I being able to express my true self? And if I'm worried about disappointing this group of people, these are not my people. It's like,
Exactly.
it's more important to be my full expressed self than continue to effort to people please, because that's just exhausting and a dead end. I love this because this kind of speaks to that. You say any relationship that drains creative reservoirs without the tenderness to refill them, which is what you experienced with your mom, was
Mhm.
damaging to your psyche, your creativity, your sexuality. And I think that is so true. It's such a great gauge, because if we are in a relationship that we cannot express the gifts that we came in here to express, and we are drained rather than vitalized in this relationship. Of course, relationships take work. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or same-sex relationship. It's just relationships take work. But if you are being drained and you're not able to express your gifts, like something needs to shift, a conversation, a healing needs to occur. But that's such a good litmus. I love that. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, and this is a lesson that has taken a long time to learn. And I also want to point out that when you're in these certain relationships and you have them, like it takes time to heal. And working through trauma and all of these things, and it could be a friendship, a business relationship, all of that, I I would say just giving yourself grace. And also you speak about, what people their opinions on you too. But I always say, just be a good damn person, be you, don't be an asshole, and just keep being you, because there's no way, and I know from my own experience, there is no happiness and joy unless you can authentically be yourself and have your voice. And just don't be afraid of that. And who cares about the followers or the this, or just you realize in life like you just want to find the joy.
Yeah. And I truly believe, I'm saying this out loud to remind myself, because I tend to overthink and overcensor. And then I'm like, I hate social media because I'm the one exhausting myself trying to do it all right or look perfect or whatever. And I'm like, how do these other people just like post shit all day so easily and effortlessly? And I'm exhausted by it and drained because I'm overthinking, trying to be so diplomatic, or, you know, I don't know. But it truly is, when you are in your joy, that is what gives you vitality. And I was through some challenging things the last couple of months, and I felt I was being judged by this certain group of people that I cared about their opinions, and I was like, you know what? When you express your joy, you find your people. When you are being truly you're a magnet to your people that will resonate with that. And the quote that got me through that challenging time, and really out of reactivity and just like drop in and trust and just be like, just be you, just be you, just be you. Your heart is pure. You don't need to worry about other people's judgments. They're going through their own process. Let them go through their own process. And my quote was, for those who understand you, no explanation is necessary. And for those that don't understand you, no explanation will suffice. So just you do you, and let everybody else do themselves, regardless
Yeah.
of how they treat you or what they say. It's like, you got to do you. Thank you for listening to the Heal with Kelly podcast. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for more empowering wisdom and inspiring healing stories. And make sure you hit the follow button on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss that one episode that holds the answer you've been searching for. Oh, and if you found this episode inspiring, please rate, review, and share Heal with Kelly so that we can grow our audience and reach more people. We truly appreciate it. Lots of love.